doing its thing. I'm going to hit record and then you can get started. Okay, it's redirecting to YouTube. See, it can hit me. Hold on. Okay, Cheryl. Let's get you going.
Okay. Great morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. If you can put in the chat where you're coming from, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm actually in Orlando, Florida. Kind of cool this morning in Orlando. It was like 42 degrees this morning, which is a cold standard when it comes from Florida. So just put in the chat where you're coming from, and hopefully the information that I will be giving you today will actually benefit you. So just a little bit about me. My name is Cheryl Blakeney. I am originally from New York. I actually now reside in Orlando, Florida, but I always have to claim my New Yorkhood. Anyone that knows me knows my God-given passion and purpose is I love to help others. So for the last 4 decades, I've actually been a senior accountant in the corporate world. And about a decade ago, I came into the financial service arena. My goal is to empower, equip, and educate individuals with those financial tools for financial freedom, their financial future. Because it's so important, especially when it comes to financial literacy. We don't know what we don't know. And everyone has the right to financial education, not just the wealthy. So I'm just going to talk to you today about how money works. I'm going to share my presentation, and hopefully this information will benefit you all. So just give me a minute, everyone. Okay. So today, let me just go to slide number 1. Just give me a minute, technology. Okay. So today we are going to be talking about the rule of 72. And this is exactly how your money works. If you don't know this rule, you are slowly losing your money if you're in investments, if you're in a savings account. So Warren Buffett, the billionaire, says, no one tells you these 3 rules. The first rule is rule number 1, which is the most important rule, is the rule of 72. Rule 2 is how your money grows. And rule 3 is how your money gets taxed. Now, we all work, whether you work a full-time job, whether you're a 1099, but we all work, for some type of income. But the goal is we work hard for our money, but at some point in life, we want our money to work hard for us. So knowing this rule of 72 will be so crucial when it comes to understanding the rule of 72. So the rule of 72 is simple. It's a simple formula. It basically estimate how long it's going to take for your investment to double based on your rate of return. Now, your rate of return is interchangeable with interest rate. Like if you're in a savings account, they usually say your interest rate is 2%, 3%, 1%. But if you're doing an investment, it's called rate of return. But those 2 words are interchangeable: rate of return and annual interest rate. So in this example, it says, if you invest your money in an account that earns 8% interest per year, you can use the rule of 72 to estimate how long it's going to take for your investment to double. So in this case, you take 72 divided by 8 equals 9 years. So it's a very simple formula, in order to estimate how long it's going to take for your your investments to double. And so when I talk with individuals, always tell them, if you're going to do any type of investment or even, savings, the younger you are, the more time you have for that money to grow. So compound interest is so, so important. So like I said, just remember the rule of 72. If you don't remember anything else, when you leave this presentation this morning, remember the rule of 72. That's the most important when it comes to how your money grows. So a great way to achieve financial stability is you want to invest your money and you want to let it grow over time. So the rule of 72 will help you understand how long that investment is going to take to double, given a fixed interest rate. But when investing, the one thing you can't get back is time. We always talking about we all have 24 hours in a day, which is so true. But once time is gone, time is gone. You cannot buy it back. It doesn't matter if you are a millionaire, a billionaire, you can never buy back that time. So you want to, when it comes to investments, you want to invest often. So you want to be consistent with your investments. You want to invest early. So the younger you are, you want to start investing early and you want to pay yourself first. When you get paid, you have bills, which we all have bills, but you want to think about put yourself on that bill, put yourself on your budget as a bill. So you have your mortgage, you have your rent, you have your cell phone. Then I have Cheryl's bill. Then I have my food. But it's so important if you put yourself on that, but in that budget, you will actually now be you'll be paying yourself first. So that's a very important rule also when it comes to in a financial service arena. Put yourself on there as a budget because that actually helps you create an emergency fund. So because everybody needs liquid money. So if you put yourself on that bill, that would definitely help you. Okay. So quick illustration. The rule of 72, 72 divided by your interest rate is the years it's going to take for your money to double. So we're just going to go through this little illustration and just think about how old you are and where you will be at based on these percentages. So we all have $10,000. So Christine, I'm going to give you $10,000. Bertha, I'm going to give you $10,000. Myrna, I'm going to give you $10,000 today. Now just keep in mind your age, what you are right now, okay? So I'm just going to use the age 20 because it just makes it a little bit easier when I go through my illustration. So this person at 0 years is age 20. So they have the opportunity to invest in a 1.5%, a 3%, a 6%, or a 12% investment vehicle. Okay. So at the age of 20, I have $10,000 and I'm going to invest in a vehicle at 1.5%. Now, if you take that rule of 72, 72 divided by 1.5, 48 more years from now, when I'm 68, my money would have doubled from $10,000 to $20,000. So at 68 years old, okay, you're getting ready to retire. I'm not sure how long $20,000 is going to last you through your retirement, but this is how long it took at the age of 20. So if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 50, add 48 years to that based on 1.5%. Okay. We have some vehicles, like if you have an online saving account, some of those vehicles like SoFi or Ally, they're giving you like anywhere between 3 to 4%, which is a little better. So let's look at the 3%. We get that same $10,000. So 72 divided by 3 is actually 24. So every 24 years, your money is going to double. So at the age of 20, I'm now 44, I get $20,000. Another 24 more years, at the age of 68, I have $40,000. Now that's a little bit better than the 20,000, but trust me, $40,000 is not even going to take me through a half a year of investment, a half a year of my retirement. But this is what people don't think about when it comes to the rule of 72. So, like I said, this rule is so important. Now let's take 6%. Age 20, that means 72 divided by 6 is 12. So every 12 years, my money is going to double. So it's a little bit better. So by the time of 68, I now have $160,000. That's definitely a lot better than 20,000. A lot better than 40,000. I have 160,000. That will take me, through at least a year, maybe a year and a half, depends on how much you make per year. But that would take me through some years because, as you retire, you have less expenses. So that would take me through a little while, when it comes to my retirement. But just imagine if you was in an investment vehicle and they was giving you 12% interest rate or rate of return, and you're age 20. At the age of 44, you have $160,000. Not age 68, age 44, you have $160,000. Wow. Age 68, some people retire at 65, some people retire at 70. But just imagine at age 68, if you're 20 years old, you have $2.5 million. Let that sink in, everyone. $2.5 million. That is just based on compound interest. Compound interest means your interest is compounding every single year. It's not like simple interest. Compounding means if you make $1,000, if you accumulated $5 in that year, so the next year is 1,000 plus 5. So your interest is actually compounding as well. So this is what people don't realize when it comes to the rule of 72. So what's so important is, like I said, based on your age, if you just use this illustration, you would know how long it would take for your money to grow if you had $10,000. Okay. They said right now the average interest rate in the stock market is about 10%. So that means it would take about 7 years for your money to double. Okay. So that rule of 72 is so important when it comes to investments. So this is a staggering fact that people don't realize. Did you know the natural average interest rate for your savings account is 0.18%? Not 18%, not 1.8%, 0.18%. So that same rule applies. You take 72, you divide it by 0.18%. That means it would take you 400 years. Did you hear that? 400 years for your money to double. Okay? So just imagine you're putting your money in the bank. I always tell people you cannot save your way to wealth. And the reason why is some banks aren't even giving you 0.18%. Some are giving you 0.01%, 0.03%. I don't know what that number is because I didn't even try to do the calculation, but the average is 0.18%. 400 years. To me, that's staggering. But we don't know what we don't know when it comes to the rule of 72. Then compare that to the national average interest rate for your credit cards, which is 21%. So you take that same interest rate, 72 divided by 21% is 3.5 years. What does that mean? That means every 3.5 years, your debt is going to double. So if you have a credit card, when you get off this presentation this morning, take that interest rate, divide it by 72, and see how long it will take for that debt to double. We don't think about it because people don't bring up the rule of 72 when it comes to your credit cards, but this is crucial. And that's why people stay in credit card debt. It's like being on a hamster wheel. Will I ever get off of this credit card debt wheel? But this is what people don't realize, that interest rate on your credit card. Some interest rate is as high as 28%, 29%. Would you believe about 3 months ago, I actually got one of those pre-approval credit cards, present invitation in the mail. I opened it up. The interest rate was 38.99%. Did you hear that, ladies? 38.99%. So take 72 and divide by 39. It's going to be way less than 3.4 years. Okay. Albert Einstein once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it, and he who don't, pays it. So just remember the rule of 72 is so important, especially if you're trying to grow your money. But being in a saving account, you cannot save your way to wealth. So these are just 5 important reasons the rule of 72 is so valuable. So basically, okay, I'm sorry. First one is a quick investment growth check. So basically, it's telling you how long it's going to take you for your money to grow. Okay. And so you can set realistic goals and adjust your investment strategies based on that information. Another reason is the power of compound interest. It shows you how compound interest can make your investment grow over time. So, like I say, even those small regular contributions every month, you're putting in the same dollar amount. So, if you're in like a fidelity investment, you have $100 a month, be consistent with that contribution, and you will see how your investment will grow. You want to compare your investments, so you want to look at different investment returns, so you know which ones are growing faster, so you can make a better choice when it comes to your investments. Also, the impact of inflation. It shows you how long it's going to take for your money, how long it would take for your money to lose half of its value due to inflation. So back in 2021, during the pandemic, inflation was as high as 8.5%. So if you was not in a vehicle that was at least getting 8.5%, you were slowly losing your money. Right now, it's hovering anywhere between 3.25% and 3.5%, which is like the average for inflation. But imagine 8.5% inflation, but that was during a pandemic back in 2021. Okay. And then the last one is financial education. Actually, the rule of 72 is just a simple rule to help people understand compound interest and the importance of saving and investment for your future. So financial literacy for the rule of 77, the rule of 72 is so important. By understanding the rule of 72, you can make more informed financial decisions, and you can also take control of your financial future. So this is my information. My name is Cheryl Blakeney. I am the owner and founder of Financial Fitness Consulting. I want you to have a financial fitness for a healthy future. And if you want to get in contact with me, my email address is blakeney.ffc@gmail.com. My phone number is 689-316-3598. And my website just went public. It is www.freeyourmoneynow.com, and you can click on there and you can book an appointment with me, a free complimentary consult if you want to go through the rule of 72. I'll also help you with your budgeting, having an emergency fund, credit card expenses, and also making sure that you have life insurance in place for your family. So that is my presentation for you all this morning. And if I have any questions, if you can put them in the chat, and let me see if I can go to the chat and see if I have any questions here. Okay, so far I don't see any questions. Like I said, I hope that rule of 72 was an eye opener, especially if you're putting your money in a saving account. Like I said, the average is 0.18%, but some banks are giving you less than that. Some banks are giving you 0.01%, 0.03%. But then you have those online saving accounts like the Allies and the SoFi, American Express saving account. They're giving you an average of anywhere between 3 to 4%. So if you have a saving account, invest in those online saving accounts because their interest rate is a lot higher. Okay. And one thing, ladies, I want you to look at, if you have a credit card, look at that interest rate, divide it by 72, and see exactly how long it's going to take for your debt to double. I thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And like I said, please feel free to, contact me. I do have a question here. What advice do you have for those investing later in life? Which products and strategies would you give those in age? It doesn't matter what age you are in life, investment is so important. But Alpha, I would love to be able to, because it's different strategies based on your age, but it is different strategies out there that people can use. So, if you want to, you can contact me via my website. Like I said, it's www freeyourmoneynow.com, and you can book a call through my calendar link, and I can actually discuss that, because for every person, based on your age, is different. So, and I can give you that information one-on-one. Hopefully that was able to answer your question. Any other questions? Anyone? You're welcome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, if you know anyone that needs any type of financial information when it comes to financial literacy, please direct them to my website. I do a complimentary call, and I would love to have them. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. How informative. Ladies, if you didn't know about the rule of 72, it's so important. It's important when it comes to saving. It's important when it comes to debt. And it's definitely important when it comes to investing. So hopefully you guys will keep listening on to the summit. I'm going to talk about investing at noon. And thank you so much, Cheryl, for enlightening us about how money works. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, ladies. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody. Next speaker will be on at 11. We're going to switch gears and move from money to health. That's important. Wellness. See everybody at 11.
Health,
yes.
Like I tell people, health and wealth goes together. So I'm definitely looking forward to that presentation.
You can't have wealth without health. You can't do it.
Okay.
Right. If you guys want to stay on, you can stay on the Zoom, but it's going to be the same Zoom link starting at 11.
Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Cheryl.
Have a great day. I'll see you back at 11.